Hey everybody. So we're jumping back in to LoreOut. Um Unfortunately with the anniversary edition upgrades and the issues that I suffered, I lost mod lists that I lost all of were Anomaly, Old New England, LoreOut, Capital Commonwealth, Wasteland Reborn. I think those were the ones. The other ones that the Wasteland Genesis, and man, one other. I can't think of the name of it right now. The only reason I was able to maintain those was because I had them on another computer and one that didn't get updated, so I was able to copy the files over. But as you can see here, there's no save from our previous visit here. So, but what we are looking at is um, version 1.31. The original one that we were playing on was 1.1. Now, one of the things I said to myself was after playing 1.1 was I was going to go in and I was going to add some of my mods. Not my mods, but my the mods I liked to improve my experience a little bit and see how it meshes and blends in with it. I was hoping that the save files were still there, and apparently that is not the case. So let's start a new game. So this will be LoreOut Revisited version 1.131, I think, something like that. It might just be 1.31. All right. So I installed Cheat Terminal. I don't actually expect to have to use it. Um, let's do this. Let's make his face this way. Let me get in here and let's just make him a little bit lighter, more. Well, there it is. There it is. A little bit more my color.
As handsome as the day we met.
And then I think we're gonna leave him just
Hey,
like that.
my turn, big
Whoa!
guy.
Oh man, she just jumped right in there. She like boom. Let me get in here. All right, hold on. All right, so you can see there are a lot actually, and I'm trying to remember which one it was that I really liked in these. I forget how far down you gotta go. We'll find one for sure. Okay, Melania. Just can't do it. No. Um, Mariana? No. Maribel? Mm, Nadia and Naomi. Oh God. No. Talia. No. Nicole. Ida. Nisha. Oh my gosh, Nisha. Come on now. Oh gosh. So preset Nora, Octavia, Paige, Penelope, Pepper. Mm, yeah, nope. Chris, no. Krista. Wait, quiet. Yeah, Rain, Raven. Oh, goodness gracious. Come on now. Reina, Roma, Rena, Rosa, Roxy, Ruby, Ruth, Sable, Sarah, Sasha, Savannah, Scarlet. Come on, people, come on. Come up with some good ones, man. Sarah, Saya. Well, definitely Shane is not gonna work. She, Shia, Simone. Come on, you let me down. You let me down. Wait. I'm gonna look at Skya real quick. She's close. Sloan, Sophia, Sora, Stephanie, Sue, Cynthia, Suyin. Okay, so I'm thinking Simone, Talia, Tammy, Tara, Taya, Tequila. Okay, Tara, no, Tisha, okay, Trixie. Oh my goodness. Ah, Vera, Nikki, Violet, here's the problem with it, okay? And then one of the things that kind of bums me out real quick is you can see I put my clothing mods on. We're gonna we're gonna we're gonna do this. All right. I don't know that there's any overlays that right, and overlays would be tats, right? So we're gonna do that. I do not think I can do anything for you see how it gets stuck, right? So we can come in here and then do extras. I don't want to. Well, actually, I guess no. I don't want to mess with anything. I might actually undo her because the more I look at her, you know, she would be fine with different hair. And yeah, I know. All right. So we're going to go with this one. All right. So, and then let's choose a style. Okay. Potentially what you're telling me is that we have the style available. We just have to come across it that I want. Oop. All right. Oh wait. No. Okay. So we have to get through all these. I don't know the name of the style. If I knew the name, I would just. Well, I guess you can't search for it, but you could just scroll to it immediately and kind of find it. You know. Now, don't get me wrong. Some of those presets, some of them are good. I think I skipped past the good ones, the really good ones. And instead of, I mean, I guess I could have just started over and see if I could. What I need to do is just like on a notepad somewhere, just write down the good, you know, the one that I truly like. right? Because if you get a really good one, because like hmm no, actually we like that. The what is it? Wasteland Genesis. That one is a preset, and I think really what happened was I just got lucky when I found it. Oh my goodness! I gotta be honest with you. I'm actually really liking it. You know what I mean? The unfortunate part is I just don't see that the hat would really work with anything here in the game, especially once we start getting armor and stuff. And okay, so this Eminette is one possibility. So you can see that's what I'm kind of going for is the braids, right? And so that's what I'm looking for. Oh God, in particular. And then I mean, now something can blow me away, and I can say yes, but right now it's the braids are gonna win if I can find the one I'm looking for. See, Sparks is okay, except I don't want it that long. So I'm looking for a shorter, more to the back type of braids. But we now know we have Sparks and Eminette, and then we can choose between those two. Push come to shove, and just want to. And then the problem that I have is you can see like right here, a lot of these hairstyles just don't really actually work on the head, you know? And like this one, I just So the one I'm looking for is kind of it's a laid down, pulled back spiral design, kind of braids, and there's no guarantee that it's actually in here. All right, that's it. That's it. That's all of them. Okay. So getting to them when you know the name that you're looking for, just need to not go past. It's like can't help but feel like I'm gonna run right by it. Dang, I went through a whole lot, didn't I? Didn't I go through a whole lot of them? Uh huh. Okay, so I went way. I passed by Sparks. All right, so we're gonna go with this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that
We're gonna go back.
works.
We're gonna go back down here. Color new. mm, all right, and then clothing mod added, my 4 clothing mods, lootable crates, lootable vault boxes, added, um, dimensional storage container, portable dimensional storage container, basically a bag of holding, cheat menu, uh, cheat terminal, actually, TSSMSR. My girl, my girl was in the army. Nope, she was a Marine. She was enlisted. She made it to staff sergeant. She learned close combat assault. She's an expert marksman. And see, I think this part means absolutely nothing, but we're going to say advanced power armor assault specialist. She had light combat deployments. All right, let's get ourselves prepared for whatever. Me personally, I don't really care for the list that just jump you right into crap, especially when this is going to happen, right? We're gonna go reputation mode. Yes, all game. No game events. Rep at 25. Yes, all game events. All right. Um, when it pops you right out, and like some lists will pop you right out, and all of a sudden you're fighting. Right now, here's the other thing too. I don't like lists that just pop you right out of the vault. You know what I mean? And then I understand if you don't want to do the whole thing at the house. Yeah, I don't want to do that either. But coming out of the vault, coming out of the thing, what happens is you don't get that, you don't know what happened to your son, you don't know what happened to your husband. You just popped up. You just popped right on out. Boom. There's no background. You got nothing, man. You don't know what's happening. I just popped out. And so, as you can see right now, this is probably either due to lootable crates or immersive containers. You ask me, yes, immersive containers is back in. This is a kind of a test run for it because this is like the first time I'm putting it back in, and um, I'm kind of making sure I put it in correctly with the load order, right? So making sure. Um, is it working? I don't think it is because this little box here would be accessible and would have something in it if it was. Part of me wants to go right back down into the vault because I done missed out on all my loot and I missed out on my water. I get about 6 or 7 bottles of water down here, down in that vault. So I'm gonna look around, and then this is how we're gonna know if immersive containers is working. And then it's loaded ahead of, so before all the proprietary mods and late loaders. So with that, that means it may not load everything, right? Oh, I looked over there and I was like, okay, so here's how the very first test of immersive containers. You see that? Nothing. Nothing. So either immersive containers just isn't working, or where it's loaded isn't doing anything for you. So we're gonna come over here and then boom. Now, one of the other things that does concern me is ECO. ECO is a equipment. wait a minute, enhanced crafting overhaul or something like that. I forget what it's called. When it's loaded, and I think when it loads correctly, there's usually like a crate over here, and with all the necessary stuff. All right. So now we got to pick. We got to tag 3 skills. Let's get in here and get that done real quick. We're gonna tag engineering. I am going to tag long arms and robustness. Yep. All right. We are compulsive porter, and either we're going to be the Hunchback of Boston. Yep. And then our starter packages. Let's see. We're military, so we're just going to go find the military guy. Soldier. There it is. Skill packages. Military training. Yes. All right. Now, let's go ahead and boost our stuffs. Now, equivalent exchange. We will take 1 point in that area. To keep a long story short, been there, done that. Upon taking this perk, you may immediately choose another trait and inherit its benefits. We're going to do that. And then what I'm going to do is, in this case, and because one of the ones I do like to pick is this one. All right. All right. I understand. I just disabled myself. I'm gonna pick Junk Jockey twice. Or 3 times. Then we're gonna pick, where's my education? Educated. Your knowledge from the old world serves you, and you get 3 skill points. Yes. Multi-talented. Whoever said there's magic number, upon taking this perk, you may immediately tag another skill. We sure will. All right. So, either salvage, science, or survival. There we go. All right. Let's get back to it. We got some stuff to do. All right. So, one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to boost that. I'm going to boost that. I'm going to boost that. I'm going to boost that and that. All right. Now, I don't want to see things that cannot. And then, so very first thing, we're going to take this rifle proficiency. And I don't want that. All right. Let's see. Sci-fi shenanigans. You craft basic energy firearms from scratch. You're not worried about that, really. Suppressing fire. Revolver proficiency. We'll do that. And then pistol proficiency. We'll do that. If it ain't broke, where's my ability to pick locks? All right, that was all of them. Okay. All right, let's start building some stuff. All right, so let's get this to 50. Let's get you to 50. Where's my handguns? All right, let's at least get the first level up here. Let's get this one up. Yep. And then hacking, please. All right. Now, right there. Where's my where is fitness physique? Gotta get you up to the first level too. All right, science. Let's oh, we gotta boost a lot of things over here. Okay, science was good. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Opportunity. Almost there. All right. Now, can you what? Oh, did I went too far? All right. So headwear. Boom. I was gonna say, if anything, it should have got us the put the gun away. There we go. There we go. Not displeased with her one bit. Not a okay. So for me, this is the problem that I have. And then I know, I mean, come on. And then guys, feel free. Let me know, what about this view right here do you actually like? Okay. I don't want my camera in the back of my neck. It just, if I'm in third person, okay, in first person, yeah, it don't matter where the camera is, right? Thank goodness my cursor is there, right? So I'm happy about that. But when I'm playing and I play, as the female, I kind of want the camera back, away, and offset, right? So I can see her in the picture. I want an actual true third person view of my character. So it needs to be over the shoulder, offset, and back. And this I just don't get. I don't understand. It's like, okay, well, the intent is I'm playing first person here. That's really the intent, because that's one of them critters. That is not. Oh, we got the quick save. Okay. Let's see what our settings. Gameplay difficulty is normal. Yeah, I'm not messing with the difficulty. I kind of don't know what I'm expecting, unless there it is. Okay. Now I mess with the difficulty. All right. So we still have that, and then we have the mod configuration. We're gonna have to let it load for a minute. And then again, so like I said, you can see ECO is sitting right here. So it does concern me that it's not, that the stuff didn't show up. What I'm looking for right now is, I had to check my recording. Don't see it here. All right, immersive HUD. Not really caring about that at the moment. What I'm looking for is the camera. There it is, custom camera. All right, so you can see it's zeroed out right there. Melee camera. See, melee camera at least sets it offset there. Same with combat camera. Right now, me personally, I had adjusted up just a little bit, but again, here I don't need it to be significantly off. Now, why is it 30 and 30? Because depending on which shoulder you decide, there is a setting to now minimal distance. Actually, for me, now unfortunately, you can't hold it down and just let it scroll because it just won't. Yeah, so you have to actually manually click it every time. And then, I mean, the maximum distance, I shrink this down to like 180. I don't need it to zoom out so much. I needed to do something. All right, so that is where I kind of like it. All right, so let's get on over here. For right now, I want to get into, actually, is it here? Yes. Now, the cool part is it allows me to go ahead and save that. All right. Okay. And there we go. So, me, like I said, I just prefer a little bit over the shoulder. If I want, and you can see what it did, right? It pulled it out of her neck. I'm a little up on her as well, so I'm looking down a little bit. One of the things I could do is I could go up to 10, and I could probably bring this into 20 if I really want to go. And then, like I said, now the closest though, you see, I got more of her because I'm back off of her, right? So there's my dimensional storage thing there. So that is working. All right, so now we're going to come down a little bit though. And one of the things that yeah, there it is I've noticed that a lot too, right? That little, man, you gotta put the little bug in there. I don't understand. Like, let me have a moment, just a moment. All right, we're gonna equip the backpack. We're gonna take the mutant file, the rad roaches. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. All right, and then a sealed vault. What a find! I was led to believe there was scarcely anything even close to human left alive in these parts, but it seems that Abernathy, that Abernathy fellow, was holding out on me. Namely, an entire intact pre-war vault, sealed tighter than a sunset sarsaparilla. I don't own one of those fancy Pip-Boys, though, so this wasteland safari ain't likely to transition to an archaeological excavation anytime soon. Regardless, I figure my services may prove of some use to anyone locked inside, assuming anyone's still kicking about in there. Anyway, I'm something of a biologist, so long as we're using both the terms somewhat and biologist generously. The term I have coined is radiozoologist. I gather knowledge on the mutant fauna of the waste and compile it into a bestiary encyclopedia of sorts. And when I can't, I distribute that knowledge freely. So, for anyone that happens upon this missive, here's some advice. Stick to the roads and avoid the woods if you're not well armed. To avoid ambushes, approach large vehicles and old structures very carefully. Always scan the treetops and be sure to approach all shorelines and beaches slowly and with weapons drawn. Oh, and avoid swimming. Just in general, trust me. Well, if anyone's down there, I hope this helps. Welcome to the Commonwealth. And if you want more tips or a healthy dose of knowledge, keep an eye out for my bestiary. I often leave the drafts and copies of my work behind for others that might find it useful. Paying it forward is important, and we all have to do our part out here. So if you need a helping hand, follow my trail. Good luck and stay safe out there. Dell Lincoln, your wasteland pen pal. Thank you, Dell. Dell's he's a rock star, man. He's a boss. That's what he is. He's a boss. You know what I mean? He's a boss. All right. Now, dimensional holotape and dimensional chest activator. So, right off the bat, here's what we got. So, do you see that? Now, first of all, I have a quick save, so I always put that there. This I'm going to put there. Okay. And then we're going to jump back over here. I have a pistol. We're going to favorite it. I always put my pistols, handguns, to the right side. If I had a rifle, I would put it up top. Melees, I usually, if I'm going to use them, I put them on. If I'm going to favorite them, I put them to the left. Drinks. Where's my drink? So I got one purified water. I'm mad about that. And then medicine. All right, so let's get back to it. So this is kind of how I set it up. And then let's just see. God damn it. All right, so we have the quick save right here. And then, as a matter of fact, let's just hit it. Okay. I'm just seeing if there's any direction I can hit the D-pad without bringing up this stupid wheel menu. Anyone that watches my stuff knows the one thing I hate are wheel menus. I just hate them. Now don't get me wrong, because I've played games where it was there and it was it was supposed to be there, right? Mass Effect, right? And so certain menus like that don't bother me, but in this case here, and also with Skyrim, the D-pad was already in use for something. And it was in use, and I had no problem with what it was being used for and how it was being used. So when they stick this wheel menu up in my face, it's like, you know what I mean? I shake my head, and I I really work hard not to be frustrated by it, but it really does frustrate the heck out of me. Okay, so for right now, that is our dimensional storage. And that's what it does. And basically, it is like a bag of holding. Okay. Now, we do have backpacks of the Commonwealth installed. And now, one of the things that bothers me really, like, and then I didn't do it this time, and then what I'll probably end up doing if necessary, if I decide to keep doing. Okay, so this is here, and then I gotta tell you, I'm a looter. I carry as much as I can. You know what I mean? And I don't really care. It's a video game. So yeah, I hit that, and now my carry weight is adjusted. And you know, anybody has a problem with that? Tough, right? And why is my carry weight so high? Oh, this backpack is not affected by backpacks of the Commonwealth. So we'll see. We'll see. So this one probably won't stay for long. Again, part of me wants to go back down into the vault. I'm not going to this time because I want to check out the area and see what's going on around. I mean, we're already 40 minutes in, and I still haven't left the vault area. All right, so empty wooden crate. NEC immersive containers is not working the way I want it to work. Now, I come this way because I know with some of these, there's additional stuff put out here for us. Technical documents. This is an intact terminal. I don't know what it's. Base location data. Patriotic. Persistence follow-up lead regarding the enclave. Order to withdraw. Now, that tells me a lot right there. So now I'm going to come over here real quick. I'm trying to just do this and avoid. You can hear it, can't you? I heard something. Gosh, I heard something. There it is. Leech larva. Oh, I lost it. Are you kidding me? Oh, wait. Wild mint? Thank you. Gotta come over and check this out. Rhododendron. Alright. If it doesn't bother me, I'm not gonna bother it. Speaking of the larva thing, problem is probably gonna face a bigger one. Enclave uniform, intact. Enclave uniform, heavy combat armor chest piece. I'm tired. What are you talking about? I just woke up after a couple of. Okay, well, I guess if you sleep too long, you wake up, you still feeling tired. So we must have. That must be the problem. All right, I've lost track of where I was. Okay, now I know. Okay. All right, let's get. I just want to get out of here. Bandage scissors, money. What do you got? Oh, you got a mop. I don't know where you hiding it. Silk beans. Hub flour. Alright, there's another chest right there. Not chest, but a little crate. Pick up some stuff. Hey, pizza. I don't. Why did I pick up pizza? Fortunately, we're just gonna do a little stuff. Get some blood leaf. Go grab this one over here, and we're gonna call it a day. Oh no! What is that? Does it say fuel bottle? Where? Okay, there we go. There you go. Got a couple bottles on me. We're gonna go get this shroom over here. Fire cap. Hey, we're back. Nothing in there. All right. Okay. So again, for me, one of the things that I truly don't care for, right? So you can see there's a lot of things I don't care for as we go along, but this has got to be one of them. When I see that in the houses, now, in truth, do I like sim settlements? Not particularly. It's okay, right? All right, so now we can see this, and this is what really is kind of interesting to me, right? So immersive containers is what adds this stuff here to the cabinets. So it's working here, but not in with the normal boxes and crates, which is kind of concerning in a sense. And well, it's working here. Maybe, and that's another thing. It may only work on vanilla stuff. So some of the things that we were looking at have been overridden, or you see, and yeah, overridden. And so now, all right, so we went home. Next up, we're supposed to talk to Codsworth, but we kind of wait to talk to Codsworth and save that for last. He doesn't, for some reason, he doesn't really notice us in the city, so he's not very observant. But right here, oh gosh, get out of there. Yeah, dang. That was yeah. We might not make it through this. Alright, so we're gonna get attacked again. Alright, Alright. Anything up here? Let's get that cigar. So when I see those little road things there, construction, those barriers there, that tells me that I don't have a. See, I would have a lockpick had I been able to wake up inside the vault. I'm just saying. So, and then my take on this, and I have to confirm that that's what it is. I believe what it is it's repair, rebuild. So it allows you to basically rebuild the houses that these dilapidated, ready to fall down houses. Instead of actually scrapping them, you can just go over and then with 200 steel rebuild each one, right? And it's not even really 200 steel. It is, but it isn't, because the house already has X number of steel in there. So it only really needs you to add maybe 20, 30 more steel in order to rebuild it. My problem with it, and I don't want it to come across, and it'll come across as kind of derogatory and kind of a slap or whatever, but it's my thinking is it's the lazy man approach to changing up a mechanic that doesn't work the way you feel it should. Why do I say it's the lazy man approach? Because all it is okay, instead of actually building up a house or creating, doing what, actually rebuilding the house, tearing it down and rebuilding it, what it does is just repairs it, right? And then it's like, oh, okay, just click a button, boom, it's done. And it's like, well, and it's probably because maybe that mechanic was something that people just didn't like or just thought it was crappy. And I think that was the general sentiment about it was, it lacked anything, it was lacking. Me personally, I didn't have a problem with it one bit, and we've seen some of the creations out there that people have gotten up to with what they do with the housing. So, I mean, it is a way, like I said, to basically eliminate something, that was tedious and some people just didn't care for or didn't want. Um, do I think an ad like that, for me, I would think more it should be something like a toggle on, toggle off type of thing, right? Yeah, you can toggle it off if you want to just go ahead and do what you want. So there should be a way to either uninstall it. Oh god, that saved me because I am having no luck. Whoa, I'm missing everything. Um, I know I've taken radiation damage because I suck. Um, so it's kind of like that would be kind of one of those things. There's certain elements, right, that are polarizing, right? Some people love them, some people don't. Some people, want it in their game. Some people like no, right? So for me, the whole settlement thing that should be kind of a toggleable thing where you can either turn it off or you can say, okay, yeah, this is good, right? Or just go vanilla and unpause menus. Some people like to throw that in there. I remember I was reading my comments and someone threw that out there, and I was like, yeah, what in the world? What are we thinking there? And maybe that should be something that can be toggled on and off, right? Not necessarily forced down your throats because there's people that want it, some people don't, you know, and it's just a couple of schools of thought. And then you know one of the things we were talking about was the whole souls like approach to say with especially with Skyrim. The souls like approach where now all of a sudden we're trying to make Skyrim like Souls. And it's like, well, Skyrim is not supposed to be like Souls. It's an RPG, and I really me personally, I don't want it to be like Souls. I don't like Souls. You know what I mean? And then now some people do, and that's more power to you. But Souls, is just that. And yeah, if you want to play Souls, go play Souls, but don't turn a beloved game into that. You know, Skyrim is beloved for a reason. It has its own, Skyrim and Fallout, they are their own unique games. And so it's kind of like there's no reason to turn them into Call of Duty or Escape from Tarkov or Souls or any of those games. And one because the the game itself, Skyrim is way too clunky to be one of these newfangled next gen games, type games. That's not how it was built. And then Fallout, Fallout is never going to be Tarkov, and I don't want it to be Tarkov. You know what I mean? It's like if I wanted Tarkov, I'd go play Tarkov. If I wanted what game is that? The Chernobyl thing. I can't think of what's it's called now. It was just came out recently. within the last year. The number 2 just came out, whatever game that is. Yeah, if I want to play that, I'll go play it. I don't want Fallout to be it. Now, do I want Fallout to be better? Yes, but the aspects of Fallout that I want to be better lie more in, the handling of the game, handling of the guns, handling of conversations, quests, things like that. I want, you know, I want the game to be more stable, not to be more um did he come to check out what's going on in there? So what I need to do is get more ammo. And I'm peckish from a lack of food. Well, ain't nothing I can do about that. I woke up, nobody gave me a lunchbox with food in it. Oh, there you are. See, so all this vanilla stuff here, immersive containers, is actually working. Um, let's see these 5-pound weight. Yeah, I'll take it. All right. Mm-hmm. The CU motion sensor that just Spectre outfit. And then, okay. Now, one test that I do just to make sure things are running the right way. Mr. Baker's password. Not sure why it's in a box. Mailbox. Okay. So if we come back here, this isn't it yet. This isn't the test. But one of the things we can do back here, it's starting to stutter a little bit, is, oh shoot, where are you? Over and around one of these trees. So there's one gird. That's it? One gird? Come on now. More. Right? More. So, all right. So one of the things I will tell you this, and again, I've said it so many times already, but so I look at these trees here, and it does concern me because you can tell this is more than one tree here, right? So there's the original vanilla tree and then what's added on top of it. And part of me is like, why? Why? Now, if it's, again, though, I'm counting on, the list to basically hold it all together, right? And me, I will do my best not to introduce anything to the list that makes things not work. But here's my one test for whether I'm screwing things up or not. If I can climb that tree, scale this tree, then everything's working the way it's supposed to. And I haven't messed anything up. If I clip through the tree, then yeah, I've done something naughty. And I need to undo it. Oh shoot. Where'd he go? Come on back, buddy. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? This is my town. I've come to reclaim control. It's coming from the right hand side. So I think it's over here. Still don't see it. Baby rattle. Hey. Don't go away. Don't go away. I don't want to shoot through the wall, because I won't make it. Alright. No bobby pins. So still have not found a bobby pin. Awesome. Alright, we can stand up now. You got any bobby pins on you? Nope. Nope. Alright. Well. Maybe we'll get lucky. Alright. See? So I still avoid talking to young Mr. Cogsworth. Alright, so we come down here. There's a camera, can, some crams, some purified water. Unfortunately, it looks like for us, unless we go back up top side, and we should, actually. Have that, please. Thank you. Hey, I'll take that. So unless we want to eat some ratted out sugar bombs. And then, ooh, lucky rabbit's foot. I gotta look at that. Vicky's letter. Hey, it's me, Vicky. I need your help. Everyone has fled to the apartments because the city has got too dangerous. I'm here alone, but I keep noticing shady people lurking around every corner. Make sure you're armed. All right, go to the apartments. I'll think on it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? What am I gonna do by myself besides get in trouble along with you? And then who's Vicky? I don't know Vicky. Right? I don't know Vicky from Adam. And right now, me and Adam ain't really talking much. Okay. So, let's head topside real quick again. Okay, it's getting dark. Alright, so it's getting late. Okay, so one of the things that I do, and this is why I have cheat terminal. So I'll come down here and we'll do cheat terminal portable, and of course. So one of the things I do is I do game alterations, world manipulation, timescale. Currently, the timescale is set to 20. I change it to 5. And then if I didn't have the dimensional chest, then I would use this, and I would use the personal storage, miscellaneous storage feature, and it would also work like a dimensional chest for me. But in this case here, I don't need to, because I did remember the dimensional chest, and so we will go with that. Now, we do have the Enclave officer uniform, right? We have the Enclave uniform. I am curious about those. We have the jumpsuit, and then we have armor, and then it's a chest piece, and we are throwing that on for sure. I am going to switch to the Enclave uniform. I'm very curious as to what that looks like, and we'll get a chance to see. All right, here we go. So we got the chest piece, which is basically the Oh, I should take the chest piece off so we can see what the uniform looks like, even though it is very dark. God dang it! Yeah, I hit the B button and the. All right, so see, so either way, decent either way. But we will put that on because that does come in handy. And then, all right, so just real quick, we're like I said, for some reason, Codsworth just totally just doesn't notice us. My power armor station is gone. Not sure why. Oh, um, seriously, is that like did did we really feel like it was just necessary to take the crafting stations away? Maybe if we repair the house, that will. All right, raise the grain. We got to raise the grain. I like that. I like that a lot. All right. Let's see what else is in the house. Oh, okay. I don't need either one of those. Rag. What's up here? Potato. Hey, you can always use a potato, right? Okay, so if we do this and hit that, right? Now we have this. I'm gonna back out of it real quick. I'm just gonna hit transfer. I'm gonna grab that money back. I wish it wouldn't put it in there, but I am transferring all, right? So we'll do that for now. Now I'll hit this again, and I want to show you what I'm talking about. All right, so now I did install Crazy Earl's scrapyard, right? And then so what that does, it makes scrapping certain things more worthwhile. See, now you get 50 wood there, and then that's the vanilla tree. This is the modded tree. That is the vanilla tree underneath. So one of the things I do really quick is that I come here, and then this is what Crazy Earl Scrapyard does for you. And this is why I love it so much. Instead of getting like just steel for the car or steel and a couple of rubber, you get screws, gears, springs, rubber, nuclear material, lead, copper, and aluminum. So you get all those from scrapping that car now. And me personally, Now, what's same with the street lamp? You get a little bit more expanded stuff from it. So I'm not trying to make it OP or anything, but let's see. You see this? All I can do is repair. So I can't scrap this anymore. And it's kind of, to me, it's like, God dang it. Because I'm missing out on all the stuff that you normally would get from scrapping the house. And so that music is getting very loud. So if I did this, and then supposedly right now I have enough steel to repair this, right? So, and it's going to be the same here. So it requires 200 steel. I got 250. I got 7 more now. I got 257. I'm going to scrap that. Look at that. That is awesome. Now I got 282 steel. Now, what I was talking about is, so we're going to come around here. I'm going to scrap a couple more things. God dang it, there it is. All right. Scrap this car. All right. Lamppost. And again, we're just avoiding talking to Codsworth just right for the moment. Okay, so now we got 394 steel. All right. We repaired it. So that's it. I mean, and to me, that's kind of, it's eh. You know what I mean? I'm not overly impressed. It's eh. There's nothing inside there, so we still got to go in and furnish it and everything like that. And I don't know. I just don't know that it's a value add, right? Especially and then for me, for the loss of the scrap and material you would get from rebuilding the house in the first place. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. Now, how much actual steel did it use? Okay. Well, we can't put a true thing. It used 20 steel that wasn't already there. Okay. So if you think about it like this, if I do this one, all right. So what it's trying to tell me is what's there is already 180 steel. I just needed to add 20 more to it because when I come over here, it should say 354 or somewhere around there. 354. You see? So then, boom. Now I've rebuilt 3. So even though it does right off the bat, it seems daunting, right? I need 200 steel to just, but you don't. You just need to make it add up to 200 steel to repair it, right? So we repaired 3 houses with just 60 steel, right? And then so then if I come here and I say, okay, right, now this house is repaired. And the reason I make my way back over here is I want to quick here. Trying to get all this stuff tended to. All right. Okay. Let's cook ourselves some food. Ooh, we can get some carrot juice. Do I want carrot juice? Oh, why can't I have wheatgrass blend? Gosh darn it, man. All right. Yes, please. Yes, please. We'll figure something else out. Roast. All right. I can make one of these. Yes, please. I can make a couple of these. So we will. And I don't believe. Oh, I can make a baked potato. We're not going to. All right. Okay. All right. So right off the bat, let's do this. We'll come in here. We're gonna have that. I am properly fed. Nice. Drinks. I do have 4 of them, so I'm still parched though. And then you're probably wondering why, because I'm gonna drink everything. Now I'm properly hydrated. And then, oh god, I hate that flashlight. All right, let's go to first person with this flashlight because it doesn't help no one. Like, gosh, man.
I was just getting warmed up.
He might have been a friendly. I don't know, but you don't know. You don't. You introduce yourself. You come say hi. I'm just passing through. No, you. I understand. You might have been a friendly, but no. You were just getting warmed up. Where were you? I'm over here trying to fight some big
As
beaver.
I live and breathe. Oh, it's really you.
Dude, what happened to the world, man?
The world, Mum.
Yeah.
Well, besides our geraniums still being the envy of Sanctuary Hills, I'm afraid things have been dreadfully dull around here. Things will be so much more exciting with you and Sir back. Where is your
Look at
better half, by the by?
the wear and tear on this brother. Okay, look. They killed him. And how do we know this? How in the heck do we know anybody killed them? You know what I'm saying? We missed that part.
I'm still here, you know.
Hey, you know what? You do you not see me? Do you not see me? I'm talking here. Okay? What is that thing called? You know, editorializing or something.
Oh, Mum, these things you're saying, these terrible things, I believe you need a distraction. Yes,
Really, a
a
distraction.
distraction to calm this dire mood. It's been ages since we've had a proper family activity.
Read the room, buddy.
Checkers, or perhaps charades. Oh, Sean does so love that game. Is the lad with you?
Codsworth, listen to me, bro. He's been kidnapped, but I'm gonna find him.
It's worse than I thought. You're suffering from hunger-induced paranoia.
Oh my God!
Not eating properly for 200 years will do that, I'm afraid.
And you're suffering from mechanical psychosis. Look, it doesn't matter how long it's been. All right, I feel fine. You, on the other hand,
A bit
not so
over
much.
210, actually, Mum. Give or take a little for the Earth's rotation and some minor dings to the old chronometer. That means you're 2 centuries late for dinner. Perhaps I can whip you up a snack.
Oh
Must
my
be
goodness!
famished.
You haven't heard a word I said, have you? You're acting a little weird, buddy. What's wrong?
I, Mum, it's been just horrible.
I can
2
see.
centuries with no one to talk to, no one to serve.
You ain't got no
I
WD-40,
spent
bud?
the first 10 years trying to keep the floors waxed.
Hmm?
Nothing gets out nuclear fallout from vinyl wood. Nothing.
You should have been working on yourself,
Don't
bro.
get me started about the futility of dusting a collapsed house. And the car. How do you polish rust?
All right, look. Whoa. Come on, focus, bro.
I'm afraid I don't know anything, Mum. The
Mm-hmm.
bombs came and all of you left in such a hurry.
Mm-hmm.
I thought for certain you and your family were dead.
Mm-hmm.
I did find this holotape.
A
I
holotape.
believe Sir was going to present it to you as a surprise. But then, well, everything happened.
Well, all right. Well, that's something.
Let it serve as a reminder, Mum, of happier days.
Mm.
Now, enough feeling sorry for myself. Shall
Yes,
we
please.
search the neighborhood together?
Dude,
Sir,
I already-
young Sean may turn up yet.
I already looked, man. I already looked. Okay. Cosworth, I already looked. They're not here.
Then they're really gone, aren't they?
I-
Oh, Mum.
I think I said that like 5 minutes ago. Look, Sean's out there, bud. I'm gonna find him.
What about Concord, Mum?
Concord?
People there. And last I checked, they only pummeled me with sticks a few times before I had to run back home.
I really like these people. There's still people alive in Concord.
Yes, although they're a bit rough.
Hmm?
You remember the way?
Yeah, over the
Just
bridge.
across the southern footbridge, out of the neighborhood, and past the Red Rocket Station?
Yeah.
I shall remain here and secure the home front.
All right, and I shall grab my comic. Mm-hmm. And my bourbon. Mm-hmm. No comment. Sometimes you need. Sometimes you have a need for speed. Ooh! Okay. Oh, yeah. What are we going to put that on? All right. Nothing? Okay. Okay, so one of the things that comes with c.e.c.s MSR, all right, that is the sole survivor military service record. When I started up, the very first thing it did, it usually waits until you come out of the vault. So since that's where we spawned, was just right out, coming out of the vault. It gave us the options for deploying, for basically it asks us all those questions, and as a result, in our perk chart, it would have given us certain perks already. It really does come in handy, or you can really see what it does when you with the old school, the vanilla perk chart. You can see all the perks that it adds for you, and so that is something that you get as part of the TSS MSR. You see, light deployments put you out at level 10. Medium deployments would put you at 15. Heavy deployments would put you at level 20. And then severe would put you at level 25. Okay. And for me, it's a mod that I truly love and enjoy just because the premise of the game, the whole narrative is that you are former military, you're the sole survivor, right? And then so I guess the way it's supposed to be is that the you're the survivor, you're going to be the one that's military while your spouse was the lawyer. The way it's set up really in the beginning, it looks like the female is the lawyer and the guy is the former military. I don't really put a lot into that because I think whoever you choose is supposed to be that military former military person. Well, it doesn't make sense to me if you got all this experience and background and you're starting out at level 1. You know what I mean? So the sole survivor military service record gives you that, which I wish all games that give you that starting narrative of having prior experience does, right? And the other thing, oh yeah, let me do this. God dang, man, this what the frick, man? Sorry, let's move that down. All right, okay, here and then now. I love that we can save and everything, because but on, we did choose survival. All right, so here's all. Oh, sorry. Here's all that's. God dang it! Why do you keep doing it? So here's everything that comes in this crate, right? So you got tons of ammo. We're not grabbing all of the ammo in here because one, ammo has weight. I 100%, maybe 120% disagree with the ammo has weight thing. And I know I've said it over and over and over again, and it's mainly because of the mechanic of the game, right? It's like, yes, if it was actually, there was actual realism, true realism with, one shot kills, you can disable an enemy by, a well placed shot somewhere, and then now that person can't continue to fight. Bosses don't require full clips, if not two full clips, to take out. So basically, the mechanic of the game requires you to use bullet after bullet after bullet, and a lot of times you end up with enemies and especially bosses that are bullet sponges. So in order to kill them, right? Because then, and that's the other necessary mechanic of the game, is that you can't just defeat them. You actually have to take them out and kill them. Um, it requires you to carry around this inordinate amount of ammo in order to do the job. So, um, me, it's like, well, is the mechanic of the game has increased the necessity of how much ammo I have to carry around. So not only is your mechanic penalizing me by making me carry around this inordinate amount of ammo, it now you're doubling down by putting weight to it, restricting just how much I can carry, you know? And it's like, I'm not opposed to it having weight. I'm opposed to it having weight when you require that I carry around an entire, you know, basically ammo bag full of ammo just to take out, all the enemies that I'm going to face, right? So I have to constantly carry an entire ammo locker with me everywhere I go. So then that's when I start to have issues with, it having weight, just like um, gold and caps and, money having weight to them as well. It's like, well, again, because of the economy in these games and the systems and the non-scarcity of items, so that you can go out and take out 20 raiders, collect all their gear, and then take it to a vendor and sell it all and become rich. And then people don't like that, but it's like, well, you know, if you want to correct that, then figure out better ways of defeating your enemy without collecting all their loot. But that's kind of the name of the game, isn't it? We collect all their loot. That's what we do. We go out, and the important piece is, we got to get all the loot off them so we can sell it. And then what do? We make mods. If the game doesn't drop all the loot, we make mods to make sure the game drops all the loot. If vendors don't have enough money to buy all the stuff off of you, we make mods to increase the amount of money the vendors have. So we do everything in our power to increase our ability to get rich and to be able to loot all this gear and everything like that. And then we come back and we say the economy's broken. And it's like, well, isn't that kind of hypocritical, right? You broke the economy and now you say it's broken. Well, it's broken because you broke it. And one clear example that I'll give, and then is the thing with with Starfield. With Starfield, you kill an enemy, right? Because that's what you have to do to win the fight. You have to kill them, and you go to loot the enemy, and it would only drop but so much. And so what did we do? We created these immersive looters mods that basically forced the drops to be all of the gear that enemy had on them. So then now you have all of their gear. Okay. All right. Okay. And then, I'm not gonna argue that. It's like, okay, I want their gear. Yeah, I agree. I want that gear. And but what we did was we said, okay, I'm just looking to see what we got here. All right, so I'll take that. I don't need them both. Maximize laser pistol. Um, what's this one? Battle rifle. What's you take? 762, 762. You do me no good, actually. But maybe I can change out. Which one would I want? I would want this one. Maybe we can change it out from 762 to like 45 or something. Okay, so we do all that, right? And then now all of a sudden, when you kill an enemy, right? Boom, you can make it drop all their loot. And it's like, um, there's a reason why, maybe there's a reason why, you know, Bethesda did that to prevent us from being, collecting these thousand these spacesuits off of the enemy, right, that are worth thousands of credits, and then we sell them. The next thing you know, all you do is kill 10 enemies, and you have 25,000 credits worth of suits. And maybe Bethesda said no, because that'll break the economy. Now everybody's rich right off the bat. You just got to go out one time, land on a planet, find a couple of POIs, clear them out, and then boom, you're rich. And the first thing we do is we come back and we complain and say, yeah, the economy's broken. And it's like, well, is it? Because before you go out and before if you kill someone, you couldn't loot everything. You could just loot some things. It would only drop certain items. And maybe that was the reason why it would only drop certain items, to prevent us from being able to get rich that quickly. See, look at this. So I'm gonna check this out. I want to see what this does. So that's what it does inside. Hmm. I'm not sure how I feel about it at the moment. Really, to tell you the truth. So again, and so yeah, so that was always my thing was, okay, we went out our way. So I'm very curious what this is going to do. Did it do anything? Okay. You don't have the components. Oh, I only have 25. Where's the rest of my, where did all my steel go? God dang it. I need more steel. I need a lot of steel. Okay, one steel is not going to do it for us. I don't think I'm going to get enough. I need to go to bed. That's what I need to do. Okay. No, there we go. All right. I don't think it will be possible to gather enough. Oh. All right. Mhm. You got any steel in you? Steel. All right. All right. Let's see how close we are. Hold on. This. Okay. Okay. How close? Not even. Not even. So, yeah, might actually be able to get it. 25. Come on. 25. And I think we can get one more. Yeah, no, we're not gonna. We're not scrapping Codsworth. I think that was it right there. But there is another vehicle. So I think we are definitely there now. Wasn't sure that we were going to make it, but we did. Very curious. Oh, I can store it. Yeah, we're going to store it. All right, let's see what it does. Seriously? Concrete. Oh, no wonder. I was like scrapping steel like a champ. It needs concrete. Oh, that's different, man. All right, well, now we're in a world of hurt then, because we ain't getting no concrete. Why couldn't it just need wood or something? I don't know where to begin with getting concrete. Yeah. Okay. So one of the things I'm going to do is we're going to set you right there. I don't know why it does that, why it gives us that. That seems a little OP. Chemistry station, we already have one. What I don't have is universal workbench. All right. Not really worried about that. I don't think I'm going to put you right there, but I do think I need you right here. And you need to just go right there. And you go right there. And then that will be enough for everything. Alright, so we can put you up. I'm not going to hook you up yet because we got nothing. We got nothing, and it's bedtime. Alright. Hey, I do want to see one. I want to armor modify. I think we have to turn it around. I want to see. Where's my thing? Where's my thing? There it is. Okay. Now, this is the main reason why I like this. All right, so you can do you see that? Now, I can make and change the appearance of this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it invisible. Okay. And then I can increase the protection, right? I can double it. I can triple it. I can do anything. I can add like 40%. Sometimes I'll either double it or I will go 40. In this case, you see whatever protection I'm doing, and you see it's only 15. It's adding 15 to each. So sometimes I'll do that. 40 always sticks out in my head as the right one. One other thing I do, what you can do with armor, is you can add the weave. So you can actually put a weave on the armor, right? And then you can. So there's a lot of things you can do with ECO, which is why I like ECO. You see, we got weave on our dress now. The Enclave uniform, I can come over here, add armor options, right? So now I got the armor enhancement. I got protection modifier if I want. That really, you can see it can be significant, but you can see it's not, right? And then the other thing I can do is right here. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, I'm going to do this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to look to see if weave is here twice. It is not. So now what I did was I add the ability to add the weave to it. So we got that going. We got protection modifier. We got second miscellaneous, right? You know, so it adds those on for us. And me personally, because of the way I play and everything, it's needed. It's needed. Same here. I can come over here. I can make my hat actually make it into a badass hat and add in the weave. So now I can add weave to it. I can add armor. Right. This doesn't do anything because no matter what I pick, it didn't have any protection anyway. So it's not going to add anything that it doesn't already have. But what I did do was that it made it so now I can add weave to it. And then the same thing, I could do that here with the military fatigues. If I wanted to, I could do the same. See, this one already has that, but I can also add armor options to clothing. And for me, that's huge, right? Now here, only thing I can do is change the look in that. I can't add the armor thing to that. But look, I could do that to the ring too. Go in here, add armor options. Obviously, it can't. Protection modifier means nothing here, but look, I can add that. And then also the armor enhancement. And then once again, I can add a weave to it. And now my ring is a ring of protection. Once I add weave, but I don't have, I don't have I gotta unlock it first, right? I gotta unlock tinkering. And then gotta have a ton of ballistic fiber, leather, adhesive, and stuff. And so forth. So it'll be a ways off before I can do that. But that is to me, so that's why I like ECO and why I always add it in. Now the officer uniform, I'll tell you what, ECO makes it so that it's actually worthwhile because now I can add this, and then so now I have the ability to add a weave. Because right now this one doesn't allow you to have armor, right? Well, if it doesn't allow you to have armor, then it's got to do something for you, but it doesn't do anything for you. So it's like, okay. And then so again, I don't, look at this. I can have extra pockets, add 10 carry weight if I want, but I need tinkering rank 2. So again, until that does happen, but these are all possibilities down the line. So it's just, and the reason why I personally like having and always do add add ECO, and I want the full version of ECO, not the secondary. All right, so you can see this is backwards. So what I want to do is turn it around, and then now that I know that it's the right way, and then we can exit, and then I come right back, and then I can say, okay, weapon, modify. And again, now here, this really isn't necessary because you can see all the things you can do right here. But if I wanted to, I can say, all right, give me gun options, come back here. And the very first thing I can do is damage modifier. But you can see, even if I do 40% extra damage, which is something I usually like to do, is not adding a huge amount of damage, but it is increasing the amount of damage that you can do, right? And look, I got to go up to 400, 500% before it actually becomes significant, right? But it is a possibility. And then you can change the rate of fire, you can change the reload speed, recoil modifier. There's a ton of things you can actually do. Another thing is you can actually change. But I think that was already there. One of the things I did say I wanted to do, because this is a 7.62 rifle, so I can't do anything really here unless, all right, so powerful, medium. All right, so we'll do this, and then maybe, I think I just went past it without, paying it any mind. So now I can actually come here and say, hey, let me convert this to a 308, or let me convert this to a 45, right? Where I actually do have the ammo for it. And I'm going to come back out of that one real quick and look at my other. I want to look at my hunting rifle. See, my hunting is already a 308, and my pistol is a 10 millimeter. Okay. So then, yeah, I'm going to come down here, and then I'm going to say, where's my ammo conversion? And not the capacity. There it is. And then we're going to say, okay, yeah, let's make it a 45. Boom. And then if I wanted to, like I said, I could do damage. I can enhance the damage a little bit. 40, adds a little bit more to it. I'm not going to mess with it. But now, let's see. Um, let's go ahead and don't know that I need that one. All right. Boom. Okay. One last thing while we're here, and then we'll call it a day. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. All right. We need one of these. Yep. Please. Thank you. Actually, this is my bed, right? So, hey. Come on. No, a little crooked, but that's okay. I just need sleep. Eight hours. I am parched from a lack of water. I woke up feeling well rested. What are our drinks? All right. Properly hydrated. All right. Okay. All right. Just had to do that, didn't you? So now we saw what we did, what we modified, right? And there it is. We have our chest piece equipped, but we don't have to see it. Isn't that awesome? And that's what I'm talking about. Um, so a lot, I do that a lot, and I like with especially with it, and it really depends on what armor I'm wearing and what kind of look I got going on. A lot of times though, for like leather, even if I'm wearing heavy leather, I'll make it look like light leather, especially with the shoulder pads, right? Because they look good attached to most outfits. So I can do that. Boom, put that on there. I'll hide the legs, right? No, don't need to, but they're there. And then the chest piece, if it's usually I'll just hide it. Don't need it, and we're good. We're golden. And that is that. Hold on. Let's just do this real quick here. Um, store all junk. Let's take the pre-war money. And then I also, what I do is here, all this stuff down here. I truly actually don't need to carry with me. Bourbon, the meats, unless I don't have enough food on me, but usually So I got one Salisbury. So I don't really, all I got is carrot juice. Let's go ahead and see if we can cook anything. I don't know that we got anything that we can make. Okay, yeah. All right. We can make one. All right. So in this case here, I got to make a potato. I got to make a baked potato. Yeah. All right. So let's have some food on us, some edible food on us at least. And of course, now this is going to change something. Then we got this guy. And then Raiders Badlands armor. All right. You got some meats. Where's your. And then there's a little duffel bag over here. And a mutant file. Raccoon. Beer bottle. And a bestiary for the raccoons. Something else too. A snow globe. Old North Bridge. And then look at that. Short pipe rifle and a Roxo. Then if we come around real quick. Or mute brute. Mute brute. But where's the irradiated? Uh-oh. Is it none? Is there none here? Huh. Guess not. Or I'm missing it. There it is. Irradiated thistle. Okay. And we come on back. And yeah. So what should happen, and when we get into, we got to go get the dog, and then when we get down to closer to, um, what's it called, Concord, there's that little house, and right there we should pick up kind of a mail bag, and that mail bag is part of the backpacks of the Commonwealth. So that will be better than this one, and then we can swap them out. But yeah, that is LoreOut. I mean, the way I play, yeah, it takes me an hour to get out of the vault. It takes me another hour to get out of sanctuary. You know what I mean? It's going to take an hour or so just to get all the people there. I slow play and I like to get into what I'm playing. I like to see things, and I like to just immerse myself in it. And I'm not about the whole let's fast play, get through. I'm still thinking I want to go back into the vault. There's a ton of ballistic fiber in there that we didn't get. There's a ton of adhesive that we didn't get. There's a lot of things that really would help us out right now that we just didn't get. And there's 7-8 cans of purified water that we didn't get. So I want that. So And here we are. Hold on a sec. One last thing. Dang. Right? Right? So that is us. All right, guys. I got to get up out of here. You know the drill. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you next time. Peace.